Hi, this is Curt, and welcome to another edition of Fire Law Roundup.
Let's go to the Court of Appeals holding in Illinois. I'm going to plead some head scratching confusion on this. I got to tell you, I don't really understand the issue. I understand the legal issue. I don't understand what the heck. So here we have that the Appellate Court of Illinois. Now, let me just start with first, this issue went to an administrative tribunal, then it went to a court. The former fire chief that I'm going to tell you about lost both times, and then the Court of Appeals reverses, right? But she got through, this fire chief lost twice, so to speak. So, I always say, don't worry what happens in trial court. It's all what happens at the appellate court. So here, the appellate court ruled that a former fire chief was entitled to pension credits for 4.5 months that, I'm sorry, it's a male, was on, that the fire chief was on paid administrative leave prior to his retirement. And this is not so uncommon, right? Somebody goes on leave for a number of months, and then retires. A lot of times this is a negotiated retirement. I'm not saying what, led to this here, but as Curt and I know, right, a lot of times this is, listen, we want you gone, but you'll agree just to take a leave. You're so close to retirement anyway, rather than just terminating you and fighting that. We'll all agree you go on leave. And there's been a dispute. This is back in 15, normally we're seeing things in the last few months. But it's, again, gone through a long process. The chief retired in January 4th of 16, and then immediately a dispute breaks out about, well, do we include the time you're on paid leave? And the court argues that, yes, you do, right? You do get the time on paid leave. I don't totally understand, I'm going to admit, the rationale for the court's decision, though I agree with it.
Yeah, I think it comes down to the definition of firefighter. Okay, that in order to qualify for the pension under state law, you have to be serving as a firefighter. And if you're a dispatcher, you don't qualify. You're a mechanic, even though you work for the fire department, you don't qualify for this particular pension. You have to be a firefighter. So what the folks that were overseeing the pension said, they said, look, you put in 4.5 months worth of time, but you weren't a firefighter. You were on administrative leave. Therefore, you don't qualify. Well, I think if you get into the politics of it, and again, I don't know this chief. I don't know what may not have happened, but I do know that sometimes chiefs have to make decisions that not everyone in the organization appreciates. And sometimes those people happen to get on the pension board. And so now it comes time for the chief to retire, and people are just waiting to stick it somewhere. This is the chance. So I don't know if that's going on, but I think that is certainly something that I'm thinking may have gone on in the background. They were not happy about him getting a pension. There was also the issue of him getting a pay raise on January 1st. And apparently, I know all the departments I've ever worked for, you get a pension based on your last highest year, last highest 3 years. This apparently, his pension is based on his salary when he retired, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah. But he got about a 3% pay raise just days before he would have retired. So that's going to increase his, I'm looking at the numbers here, it's going to increase his pension by a little over $5,000 a year. So he wanted to qualify for that. He wanted the extra time and so on. And the pension board said, no, not so fast. The state law says that you have to be a firefighter, and for those 4.5 months you weren't a firefighter. Therefore, as far as the pension board is concerned, you retired as of was it July,
August, something like that, yeah.
August 20th or August 21st. So that was the dispute, and the court did, I don't think the court did a good job of explaining it, but the court pretty much said, look, he's a firefighter. He's a firefighter. He was the fire chief. He might have been on leave, but and I think they could have used another metaphor here just to explain. But when a firefighter is on vacation,
they're still a firefighter.
They're still a firefighter, right? So what is the big deal?
If you're sick, if you're disabled, if you're pregnant, if you're anything, you're still a firefighter. And that's what I don't understand about this case. But what I don't understand is how the heck did they lose twice, right? What else are
Well,
you?
I mean, the pension board had the authority to rule that way. Why the trial court, I think, gave too much deference to the pension board. And I think that's pretty much what the court said. Then they actually used it clearly.
Right, but he's on paid administrative leave, right? What are they paying him for if not as a firefighter? I don't get it. So anyway,
it is what it is. But as of right now, unless it gets appealed up to the Illinois Supreme Court, he's going to get that pension credit.